Whew. Let me just breathe and drink water. I got cotton mouth. I took so much pre-workout.
What variety did you take?
I got this. It's like Zombie is the brand. I can't remember what the actual one was called, but so the reason I bought it, I mean, I've just been going and buying like a ready-to-drink pre-workout out of the fucking vending machine. I mean, I'm the king of frivolous expenses, right? And I don't like that about myself. It's something that I'm trying to change because something that I'm big on, like, I mean, I'm pretty good at spending money on my hobbies and stuff like that, but like, I'm okay with spending money, but I always like to reflect on the enjoyment per dollar. And I'm like, what's the enjoyment per dollar of paying like fucking, and that's the thing. Like, I don't want to admit how much I pay for a fucking can of pre-workout out of that vending machine. It's like fucking $5 or $6. So I just went and got myself a big tub of pre-workout. You know what I mean? It's like, works out to be about $2 a serve with like 70 milligrams more caffeine. I think a lot of the regulations in Australia sort of cap majority. I could be wrong about this, but it seems to me that ready-to-drink pre-workout cans, especially of the carbonated variety, which that's a whole nother thing I've got to complain about, are capped at about 160 milligrams of caffeine. I've seen smaller bottles like was it Redcon Total War? Those small ones, I think they go up to 240, much smaller dose of liquid, also not carbonated. But again, like, you're going to be paying like fucking between $5 to $7 for that every time you go to the gym if you're getting it out of a vending machine. Whereas just having a tub of pre-workout, I'm getting 230 milligrams a scoop. Cost me fucking like $1.80 or $1.90. I can dose it into as much liquid as I want, and it's not carbonated, so I want to like wrap my belt on extra tight. I don't have to like fucking burp myself like a child. But anyway, so like, go get yourself a tub of. I mean, I don't know. Most people are probably like a bit more switched on than me financially. I've ranted about my supermarket situation, right? When I went to the supermarket with Tim Champion and he pointed out that I've been paying fucking double the price for mints compared to like just walking fucking 200 meters further over the road to the other supermarket.
To the Coles, yeah.
I mean, like, don't get me fucking started about supermarkets in Australia and the monopoly that they're fucking running. But let's get into something about...
Oh, you go.
Sorry. No, you go.
I was going to say nothing worse. I was saying nothing worse than just copying anything from a servo in Australia that's like priced ridiculously. Also getting you to pay for two of them just because of the deal is just way too good. So you can just fucking clear their shelves. Oh, man,
just like having some presence. Yeah. And it's such a privilege to be able to engage with those things and like not go completely broke. But at the same time, I'm like, how many fucking trips to Bali am I riding off just by like throwing money into a pre-workout vending machine because I'm too much of a tosser to be a little bit more organized before the gym? It's like, damn, I'm a busy guy. It's like, shut the fuck up. I'm not that busy and I'm not that rich. I do make good money. I'm always very grateful for the support that we get in this business. But again, you know, could have more of that money going to Bali instead of whoever owns that fucking vending machine. Man, broadly speaking, I've had such a fucking good week. I'm so fucking fired up, like generally about life. Started dating, pretty hot girl, pretty fucking G'd up about that. But like the knock-on effect of, sorry, it's not just that. Sorry, I've been in a little bit of a slump when I say a slump, like life has been all right. You know, it's been plenty of surf trips. There's been plenty of like, you know, training PBs, and there's been plenty of like, you know, enjoying making content. But yeah, I think I just have been a little bit under for the last 12 months. It's just, you know, I sort of alluded to a couple of things I found challenging over the last year, but I just, I feel unstoppable right now on so many levels, both in my personal life, but then also like from a training, from a content creation, from a coaching perspective. I'm just fucking G'd up. So the song recommendation this week, it might not hit right if you're not in the same mood as me, but I got sent a song, Eat, Sleep, Wake by Bombay Bicycle Club. I've never really done Bombay Bicycle Club, always been aware of them as a bit of an indie band, but fucking hit. I mean, the girl I've been dating sent it over and I was just like, fuck this. This is so us, which I normally historically when women I've dated have sent me songs being like, this is so us. I've been like, lame because of the track. Like I've liked them at the time, but then the tracks they've sent me, I'm like, I'm not listening to this. You know what I mean? I just sort of be like, thumbs up. Sorry, no, give more of a reaction than that. It's like, it's always sweet when someone sends you a song that sort of like reminds you.
What genre is that?
Eat, Sleep, Bombay Bicycle Club. It's just like your Triple J delight, let's call it.
Yep. Classic.
Harvey, it's like indie, soft indie rock, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I've never really done them properly, but from what I understand, very like two guitar indie rock, right? Kind of like Last Dinosaurs.
Yes, but less upbeat
kind of a thing,
from what I'm hearing. Like again, I'm very early in working through the rest of their catalog because Eat, Sleep, Wake blew me socks off, and I was like, fuck, I should check out more of these tracks. Odds are, like, if I love this one this much, there's got to be more in there for me. But yeah, just poking around the other tracks, it's like it's a bit more downer vibes than maybe Last Dinosaur's kind of downer as well. I feel like it's just their singles that are really upbeat. Man, that's a great throwback, Last Dinosaurs. Thank you for that. What was that album?
Yeah,
that whole album, was it Zoom or was Zoom the single? Or am I talking out my ass?
Zoom, I think Zoom was the album. That was the second album, right? And then I believe Honolulu was their big track.
I don't know if that's the one I'm thinking of. I think the first single, because Honolulu's does it have a mad riff and like quite an affected guitar noise?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fucking sick.
If you want to learn more about the general physical preparation training philosophy, we put together an extremely practical course covering all the different aspects of physical preparation, as well as a unit on programming, so you know how to tie it all together and produce the same world-class results that we get with our athletes. We've got pre-recorded lectures, a community page where you can ask questions and interact with the other GPP coaches, as well as monthly calls where you can ask questions live or just catch up and hang out with us. Check out the link in the show notes for more info. Anyway, back to the show.
So I believe anyway, Honolulu was like an old single of theirs that picked up this like huge kind of following. And then when they recorded Zoom, they kind of redid Honolulu a bit kind of better and I don't know, kind of sounded a bit different.
I like to imagine Jeremy Borzillo just cranking his hog whenever we have these musical chats. Like,
shout out Jeremy Borzillo.
I hope he enjoys these musical recommendations because you're who I think of when I come on the podcast and yap about this. I mean, I think Dave Haggerty, shout out to Dave, Strength and Kindness. Who else has G'd us up about our music chats? But yeah, we're all men of phenomenal taste. So, Harvey, let me throw it over to you. What's been getting you fired up this week? Maybe not fired up, maybe a little bit whimsical.
I've got a couple of various ones. So, friends of the show, the Vans put a new album out this week. I actually went to see them last night. And you know what? The Vans have become one of those bands, and like, I don't know how you do this. I don't know if there's a formula for it, but like their shit always grows on me a lot.
Except Last Year Kind just blew my dick off from the first listen.
Fair enough. But like, there was bits of that grew on me. Bits of that grew on me as well. Not that I ever didn't like it, but like, yeah, this album's kind of the same. This album, I was a bit like interesting, not quite where I saw bits of it going. And then, yeah, a couple of listens in, and even seeing it like, you know, when you see it live and you're like, oh.
Yeah, then it's like, I get it. It's so hard to capture it in the studio. Like, even when you do have phenomenal equipment, even when you do have an amazing producer and sound engineer, it's just, you know, it's an art, not a science.
100%. But yeah, new album slaps. Show was fucking sick.
They're always amazing live. Yeah, they could fucking play garbage tracks, and just like their energy is always good live. I mean, they're all good musicians. Couldn't have said the same for the Maze, but that's me putting my hand up. These are all brilliant.
But yeah, so went to see them, and then we partied on a bit last night. It was fucking dope, just seeing all the boys. And then a bit of a left field sorry, if you want a track off that album, go for Millionaire. That one, man, do you know what it is? I saw an interview with John Mayer ages ago, and he was talking about how, he was like, do you know how many songs I have like binned because they were like all there, but like I just didn't have that like one phrase at the end of the chorus to just sum the whole thing up. And
I mean, I think the Maze binned basically all of our best tracks. We nearly binned On Your Own.
100%.
One thing, to toot my own horn, I don't take much credit for what happened in the Maze, but I was pretty G'd up about that. That was the best chorus sax ever written, especially lyrically, and I was a big pusher of On Your Own. Didn't fucking write any of it, but I liked it. I liked being in the room when it was happening.
Yeah, man. And it so nearly didn't come out. I was like, anyway, that's a whole other story. But yeah, Millionaire by the Vans. Just to sum it up. Just sum the whole thing up with that one little phrase. But check the album out. It's called All That's in My Head. That track's huge as well. But yeah, spin it. It's fucking huge. And then if you want like what's been getting me what's been getting me G'd up. I have been running a bit again lately.
Nice.
Not putting in any huge Ks because I'm like gradually. I don't want to go too hard too soon and fucking cook my knees again. But I've been back on Linkin Park's Hybrid Theory album.
Yeah.
Just as a bit of a throwback, and like, dude, goes fucking hard.
And so does
There's not a
Meteora.
bad
Is it
track on it.
Meteora and Hybrid Theory are like the two iconic albums from them? Because I think I get
Hybrid
my
Theory's the first
wires
one. It's got,
crossed
like-
with there's like
Right.
if I could sort of merge those albums, might be one of the best 10 trackers of all time. I mean, it is what it is. They're two different albums, but a man can dream.
Hybrid Theory on its own, in all honesty, though, like I hadn't realized just how many fucking tunes are on it. Like Paper Cut, One Step Closer, Points of Authority, Crawling, Runaway, By Myself in the End. Like, it's all fucking on there, man. It's huge.
Phenomenal. Pioneers of the new metal genre. Actually, no. Or did they help actualize the peak of new metal? I don't know if I would call them pioneers of new metal. I think credit for that sort of goes to like Korn and like, I mean, Incubus.
Oh, that's a good point.
Or am I speaking out of turn here?
I don't know if I consider Incubus new metal, but
no,
Hybrid Theory, when did it come out? Hybrid Theory 2000. So they were early.
Okay.
But they probably took it poppier, you know?
Yeah, which I respect personally. Jacob, you been listening to anything sick?
Not necessarily.
My next question, I know you'll be able to participate in, but because I've got it's second on my list, but I'm going to save it for you, and I'm hoping we've been talking about it all week, but we'll stick to the music first.
I've been tuning into the new Tyler the Creator album. Great surprise album that came out of nowhere. Nice and upbeat one for you there. But I've actually been dabbling hard into some classic 2010 rap from Jay-Z, R&B from Usher and Kanye and stuff like that. Because I'm just thinking like, fuck, if these songs were out when I was clubbing, I would have been out every single day. Like this is some...
Me and Harvey were out.
Yeah, mate. Like this is some great music. Like David Guetta as well. Old Calvin Harris I've been listening to. I'm like, wow, if this was out, like what's the Woodford song? Sexy Chick? If that was out when I was, that would have been gnarly. But yeah, that's what I've been dabbling in at the moment. Nothing too crazy. Music's been a bit dry for me, but yeah.
The GPP group program is the best deal in strength and conditioning. For less than $1 a day, you get access to my programming as well as access to me through a group chat where you can reach out, ask questions, or have a form check. You can even get a week for free before you commit to it. Check out the show notes for more info. So the next thing that I want to make a regular segment, and thank you for sharing those tracks, boys, as I'll be having some good listening this afternoon. And I don't know if Harvey, I reckon you might have something to say here. I want you to all talk about a recent sporting performance that you find particularly inspiring. Like it'd always be nice if it was sort of from this week. And I've got two. One happened in the last year. One's actually happening right now. But first, I saw it when it happened, but World Athletics posted a reminder about it. Quincy Hall, his comeback victory in the 400 meters in Paris. He's a dog in every sense of the fucking word. It's in his Instagram handle. It's like fucking Q dog or whatever it is. He was like, oh man, he was quite behind. I mean, how behind the leader was he? I mean, he was about in last place coming around the final bend. And the thing I loved about it, it's like, Van Niekerk, the world record holder, when he set that, like that's one of my favorite sporting memories. And it was so distinctive how he sprinted through the finish line. I don't think I've ever seen anyone finish a 400 meters that strongly. I mean, case in point, he set the world record. It was Quincy Hall looked tired coming around the last bend and he looked fucking gassed for that whole last 400 meters. But it's just, and that's what was so inspiring. I'm like, this man is fucking hurting, but he's mowing cunts down. And the other guys were still sort of looking efficient, but he was just reeling them in and gets me fired up. It really gets me fired up. I also want to give a shout out to João Chumbino, Brazilian surfer on the world tour. So it's the second last event of the year at Chopu in Tahiti, which is the heaviest wave on tour. Well, Pipeline has technically killed the most people, but I believe that's just because more people are surfing it. It's a little bit busier of a break. Chopu has put a lot of people in hospital. look up Chopu, Teahupoo. There's probably a few accents that I'm missing there. Look up Laird Hamilton Millennium Wave, or look up Chopu Code Red, and you'll see some stuff. You'll see some waves that look like they're out of the movie Interstellar, but they're happening on planet Earth in the Pacific.
Did we watch that? I think we watched that.
I probably showed you that to get you fired up about surfing. But there's a lot of racism in surfing, and one of the stereotypes about Brazilians is that they don't charge big waves. But João is just out there like, João, please protect yourself. Like, I'm like, is this guy trying to end his fucking life? He is taken off on absolutely fucking anything. Actually, if you go to, is it in the WSL? No. Actually, shout out to the Largo podcast, Late Afternoon Glass Off. A lot of people don't give a fuck about surfing. But Jacob, can you just go Largo podcast, pull up their Instagram and just play the clip? One of the hosts, I think Finley is his name, is talking over like João's wave. And he is just throwing himself into the most terrifying fucking caverns. And yeah, it just really feels like he's out there to prove a point. I could be reading into it too much, and he might just be out there having fun, trying to win heats. But oh my God, some of the shit he was taken off on and just getting absolutely drilled. Like, there was no opening, huge fucking closeouts, and then just going and paddling 50 meters fucking deeper and doing it again. It's like I said, it's got me fired up. Yeah, let's just fucking watch this play out. Like, come on, man. Like, what are you doing? It gets worse. I mean, it gets better. Like, and then he just cops the next few on the fucking head in the lagoon. Like, you don't get paid extra for taking off on that shit. Like, and then look, it's just, why are you that deep? There's a reason no one else is sitting there, mate. And then just, oh my, that reef is so fucking shallow. Oh. Anyway, inspiring stuff. You love to fucking see it. Hope he stays intact. And yeah, he's a threat. I mean, this is the last event to decide who gets into the final five and to see who gets to compete for a world title. The current WSL format is absolutely fucked. Thank God it's going back to a regular championship tour point score next year. But yeah, so Chopu, the event is on right now. It's absolutely pumping. And all I can say is pray for the women, because I mean, there's some that'll be absolutely fine, but that's where we're going to really see a split in the pack. So that's going to be great entertainment as well. But I just hope we don't see the first death on the world tour. Like I said, it's always a concern at a wave like Chopu, not just the women, but the men as well. Yeah, it's crazy. And it's cool what they're pushing female surfers out in, because swear to God, 10 years, they wouldn't have even given a sniff at waves like that. So it goes to show the progression of women's surfing as well. I mean, it's progressing faster than the fucking men's. You love to see it. But yeah, any sporting performances? I mean, I'm just going to spoil it, Jacob. We've been sending each other back and forth that clip of Dricus du Plessis just absolutely running through a whole five-man grappling quintet. But like, I mean, it's not even the fact that he ran through 5 team members in the grappling quintet. It was how he did it. Just like fucking power jiu-jitsu, like smash passing cunts, fucking, I mean, that classic Looney Tunes DDP style where he like slips on a banana peel and fucking lands in full mount. Plenty of classic.
Yeah, he literally slips into half guard accidentally.
Tapping cunts to pressure. Like wild shit at a professional level grappling event. That doesn't happen. You don't pressure tap cunts at that level of jiu-jitsu.
Just the way he manipulates the opponent as well. He literally looks like he's just moving a piece of Lego. Just like, nah, you're coming this way. Yep, I'm taking side control. Like, it's just has his way. To be fair, a lot of comments are skeptical, saying that he weighs like 5-10 kilos more than these guys, but doesn't defeat the fact that this is all these cunts do for a living.
Excuse him for being a bit of a chat.
Yeah, for one art. Their whole life they're dedicating to jiu-jitsu, and he just came in there and fucking manhandled everyone, which is great.
He's going to be the first guy to shoot a takedown on Kamzat, and I'm going to come. I'm so fired up. I'll cry. If DDP doesn't show some serious aggression in that first 60 seconds, I'll be very dirty, because I'll be like, DDP, you've sold us a lie. You've sold us a lie over this career. Like, because this is the pinnacle of that, right?
You know what my favorite thing is with DDP? Where he covers up and shells so hard, and then
throws a Looney Tunes punch. Yeah,
it's the funniest shit ever.
Fucking
I
Crash
actually
Bandicoot.
one sporting moment. So a guy by the name of Wanganeen Malera from the St Kilda Football Club in the AFL. He put in recent times the entire team on his back. Well, it's a whole team effort with AFL. But
is he the guy who kicked a goal from the fucking box in the middle?
Nah, not quite. But so Melbourne Demons were up by 43 at 3/4 time. And
what?
Yeah. And so they pulled off the biggest comeback in AFL history. Wanganeen Malera kicked 2 goals in under 20 seconds, I think, to seal the whole game, and just so clutch.
Was
like
it
they just
literally just bounce in the middle, and then someone booted it straight to him and
just
he marked?
smashed it into him, and then they just kick it in there into the forward 50 and just pray. They just kick it in that direction. He'll grab it, just wherever.
Get it to the man who's hot right now. Yeah,
you'll find it. And no, just like some of the highlights, he's on a really shit team, so he doesn't get much attention. But
was this
he's an absolute animal. 2 weekends ago, he's an absolute animal. Just takes the game on. A bit like, I don't know if anyone knows Eddie Betts, real fast, but real smart with the way he plays.
I know Barry Hall, and I know Adam Goods, and I know who's the punk that they stormed the field over when he kicked his 1,000.
Buddy Franklin.
Oh yeah, Buddy Franklin. I mean, I couldn't remember his name just then, but
yeah. Just
and I know who's the cunt who's been there for all 4 grand final losses. Shout out to Dane Rampy. I've had some colourful words to describe my feelings towards him recently, but I hope he's doing better.
Yeah.
Fuck me, Dad.
Hopefully. Sydney are in no great state, but yeah. But that's my pick.
You don't say. Good. Yeah. They don't deserve it after the heartbreak that they've put me through. Harvey, what's been getting you fired up in the wide world of sport? Is there any soccer performances that have been tickling your pickle?
Well, it's a weird time because it's the off season, so not a great deal. But the thing is, well, no. Here's the thing. Like, I mean, not gonna lie, I don't think we spoke about it on here, but the Champions League final was possibly the most dominant fucking Champions League final performance we've ever fucking seen. It was mental. Like PSG beat Inter Milan, like it was either 5-0 or 5-1.
Wait, so PSG are the best team in the world right now? That's my international. Yeah. That's my club team in FIFA. I mean, it's either BVB or PSG.
Yeah, well, this is the whole thing. So PSG kind of like we're doing the whole, trying to buy the Champions League for years thing, going the whole Galacticos route. Like they bought fucking Neymar and Messi and Mbappe.
Yes, and it wasn't happening. Hey.
No, and then Mbappe left and they won the Champions League. Mbappe left, they got Luis Enrique in to manage him. And, well, at least I think he was there. I mean, I don't quite know when he joined it. I'm pretty sure it was this season. But, yeah, fucking crazy. He's just, like, playing amazing football. They've got a bunch of young dudes in. And, they just got rid of the egos and the...
Was that it?
They give it to Mbappe.
Too many superstars.
Yeah. I think so. Just too many fucking... It generally doesn't work, the Galacticos approach. Like, if you just try and buy the biggest fucking names...
I'm trying to think of the most successful pay to win in team sport, because like there's been so many in NBA, even with my limited ball knowledge that I'm aware of, that just absolutely tanked. I've never really seen it done. The NRL, I guess there's been a bit of it. Not so much. Jacob, like what's the biggest pay to win that you can sort of think of, where they've actually pulled it off just with like a star-studded fucking roster?
I think Golden State Warriors 2016 when they brought KD in.
Yep.
I think they were already good then, but still like
it's a little bit of a chip purchase. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Like they already had a solid lineup, and then to bring KD in, that was just like signed, sealed, delivered. But 2019 proved wrong when half their team got injured due to the treacherous season of the NBA. So, yeah, I'd say that's my pick for complete pay to win.
All right.
Yeah. It's pretty fucking crazy. But that's the thing. And like, it works on occasion as much as like, that old fucking Real Madrid team with like Zidane and Roberto Carlos and Ronaldo and all that. Like, they won one Champions League. And again, that was pre-Beckham, and then they bought Beckham and didn't fucking. And again, Beckham was like a real, like, they absolutely did not need him. Like, bought him and then tried to shoehorn him in because they had someone playing his position anyway. And it just doesn't work. It just, like, it works a little bit. Like, they won a Champions League like the season or two before, but like, it just doesn't. Yeah, same deal. PSG got rid of all the fucking big egos and big stars, and they. Yeah.
How good is David Beckham? Because I feel like my perspective, like I feel like there's people that are like high on him and people like he's trash. Where does he stack up in all-time great British soccer players?
Somewhere in the middle of that.
Like a middle of the top 10?
Like, I think he's very...
Like, not middle of the pack. Or is he genuinely middle of the pack?
10.
Wait.
Or even less.
It's tricky because Beckham was kind of the first, or at least one of the first people to kind of be out for himself a bit, and as much as like his trophy cabinet's not what loads of the other greats are. He won everything, but his trophy cabinet's
not
World Cup as good as it could have been because he kind of he didn't win a World Cup. England will never win a World Cup.
So you don't count that for the Brits.
No, they haven't won a World Cup since 1966, and they won't win another one ever again.
They're cursed.
The sun has set on the British Empire.
No, Scotland will win one before England.
Really?
But anyway, no. but anyway, Beckham was just one of those ones where like, and it's crazy, right? But like, wait, did you watch the David Beckham documentary? It came out on Netflix.
Parts of it.
Yeah, really fucking good, I thought. But like, he was kind of like the first one to rock up with a fucking cooked haircut. Or rock up with like, fucking white
Which is
boots.
my entire
he
system for selecting strikers. Like you select it based on haircuts. You can't be fucking having a loose haircut and be a mid-tier striker. It's just not a thing.
And
the coach won't tolerate it.
No, big time. And he was also just like, he was kind of one of the first players to be like, no, I'm going to go and play for Real Madrid. He was one of the first to go to the MLS, like a big guy to go to play for LA Galaxy. Like he very much had one eye.
Oh, I forgot about that.
He was dating a Spice Girl, married a Spice Girl. You know what I mean? Like he was just kind of one of the first to be like, I'm going to look after my like business prospects. And whether he saw it like that or not, I don't know. But he was very like, my image is almost more important than, like my career.
Yeah,
almost.
well, the club's not going to be there for you when you're withered and old.
No, exactly. And to be fair to Beckham, of all that crop, he's probably got the biggest, easily got the biggest brand. And like, I think like generations since Beckham have been way more focused on the image and the brand and everything else.
Do you respect his impact on the MLS as an owner?
Yeah, as
or
an
is
owner,
that just bush league
like
to you? It is, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about the football.
Love that. I love that MLS slander. Good on you.
Oh, dude, it's horseshit. But like, they're it's a retirement league.
100%. It's for washed up veterans to go.
Okay, I will refrain from asking you what you think about the A League because we'll just have to edit the whole section out.
Oh dear.
I like the energy.
A-League's different. A-League, anyway, let's not get into that whole thing. But
it's a charity case.
Yeah, but anyway, what I was going to bring up was, did you guys, you probably didn't, but did you see the whole Club World Cup thing that happened in America?
What's that?
So basically, I won't get into the politics of it too much.
Well, are they trying to have their own Champions League? Isn't that what Champions League is?
Yes, except Champions League is purely Europe. So
isn't that Euros?
FIFA are trying to go. No, it's international.
Huh? Oh, right.
Champions
Euros is not a club competition. Okay. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So FIFA introduced this Club World Cup, which is going to happen every 4 years.
Where the fuck basically, do they find the time for this?
Well, exactly. Like it finished maybe 3 weeks ago. So like it's mental. It's fucking mental. And like anyway, the FIFA are clearly just butthurt because they see everyone loving the Champions League. The Champions League is this amazing institution, and they clearly want in on that. So FIFA introduced this Club World Cup, and everyone's like, right, well, we're obviously just gonna treat it like preseason, play our fucking B team, play the young guys, blah blah blah, and then FIFA come out and go, oh, prize money for winning it is like 100 mil. Like if you play all the games, you could stand to. I think if you win it, you stand to make close to like 200 mil.
fuck did they get that kind of coin from? I wouldn't know. Yeah. No, it's not
yeah. Anyway, so all of a sudden everyone's kind of like, oh fuck, well we might try slightly for this then. Anyway, the tournament happens. It's a weird combination of teams not giving a fuck versus teams giving a fuck. Like, but there's teams from everywhere. Like there's fucking Saudi teams in there. There was like a New Zealand team were in there. Like so those dudes are like, there's big prize money in it for them, blah blah blah. Anyway, the whole thing goes, it's in America, and at the final, so Chelsea win it. And the fucking trophy lift, you see the fucking, sports team wins trophy. There's fireworks, the fucking captain's
Did they
lifting
just
the trophy.
toss it when they won it?
No, they fucking lift it. But Donald Trump is front and center with Chelsea, like while they're lifting the trophy. Like all the photos are just like Chelsea featuring big orange
he
Trump
did the Salt Bay. He did the fucking Salt Bay.
It literally has nothing to do with
it.
it.
It's so funny because dude,
when
Reece
Argentina
James,
won the World Cup, like Salt Bay was like trying to get in all the team pics and like trying to hug Messi and shit. Messi was like, mate, I cannot make eye contact with anyone at the best of times. Get away from me. He was so overstimulated.
100%. Except, so for this one, Reece James, the captain of Chelsea, is like there and Trump's like at the front. And he James kind of says to me, he's like, so you hanging about for the trophy lift as well? Being a bit like, I can hint.
It's the greatest soccer team ever. Never seen anything like it. He puts the ball in the net.
Anyway, basically, Trump's at the front and is just like, yes, no, I will be staying. And then Cole Palmer, who fucking scored both the goals in the finals, just like looking at him like, God, what are you doing? Just 2 rows back, like, I guess I'll just stand here then. Don't worry about it. Oh, man.
One more sporting thing I want to talk about just before we sort of move on to talking about my life again, because it's quite interesting at the moment. I was talking to a bloke in the gym just about F1. I'm a pretty casual F1 fan, but I'm getting more and more into it. We're just talking about, I knew he does a bit of go-karting, rides a motorbike, and I was just like, what really gets you fucking fired up, like as far as motorsports sort of thing? Because like there's some rules that sort of make watching F1 a little bit frustrating from time to time. And he was like, oh man, like if you want to get fired up watching people ride engines and wheels, Le Mans. Like that motorcycle race. And it's like, yeah, I've seen clips of that. I've got to go down a little bit of a Le Mans rabbit hole tonight. But when you see footage from that race, I think he was saying on average 2 people die every single year. And I believe it, but you can really see it, how people die doing that race. It is fucking insane. Just like rocketing through narrow streets. There's all these like stone walls around every fucking corner. I'm surprised there's not 20 deaths I'm like, how does anyone survive that race? Like the speeds that they are hitting on like roads that people are probably, capped at like 40 kilometers an hour on typically. It's insane. Humans are hectic, quite hectic.
Hey everyone, Matt Harvey here. I produced this podcast that you're listening to or watching just now. So if you like the way that it looks and sounds, that's partially down to me. If you've got a podcast, video, or other online project that you'd like some production help with, or even if you just want to chat through some ideas, drop me a DM or an email. My details can be found in the show notes below. Thanks so much for your time. On with the show.
I'm heading to Bali in 3 weeks and I'm doing my birthday there. I'm trying to cross another wave off the bucket list. I have not got barreled at Padang. I haven't surfed Padang. You know the beach that we went to on the flat day? It was like a really lovely beach. And we're like, fuck, we should take hinge pics here. I think that's something that might have come up. Very aesthetic beach. Me and Jake were both in fine form as well. He just finished his cut, was in the shape of his life. Never took those hinge pics and I never went back to surf Padang. But they just recently had the Padang Cup. It's basically just a big old barrel competition. And it was just another reminder. I was like, I need to get myself to Padang. And yeah, so manifested that. Going to Bali in 3 weeks, but then I was planning the trip with the missus and Bali's changing, Phuket Peninsula is changing. I'll let people look into it. I don't want to sort of start unpacking all that, what's going on the Phuket Peninsula and just broadly speaking in Bali. But a lot of people are sort of getting fired up about Lombok, which is an island to the east of Bali. The main island sort of to the east of Bali and situated on the west coast of Lombok is a wave called Desert Point. Since I think I became aware of Desert Point when I was like early in high school. It's just this like fucking 1 kilometer long left-hander. It's just that wave. You're not there to do turns. You were just there to stand up, point it straight, and hold on for dear fucking life. But it's just sort of like I said, Lombok is starting to pop off as a little bit of a Bali style touristy sort of thing. Because like historically, Desert Point and sort of Lombok hasn't been as touristy, but especially Desert Point was a real like, look, take your malaria pill and I hope you like sleeping under the stars sort of thing. There's like little surf camps there now and stuff like that, but I'm not 100% sure what the vibe is like. But yeah, Danny was like really supportive. She was like, you want to fucking like, we'll go to Lombok. Like, yeah, you can surf Desert Point sort of thing, but I just don't know if I'm fucking ready. It's more of this like, because if you're trying to organize a trip to Desert Point, it's just, you got more chance of getting it on if you just go there when there's like 10 to 12 feet of swell. But I don't know if I want to surf it for the first time at 10 to 12 foot, much less rocking up there with a new misso. And I give her the ick because I drag her fucking across multiple fucking plane rides, ferry rides, and then a significant trip through the fucking jungle. And we rock up and I'm like, I'm too scared. Can we go home? Yeah, it's a bit of a trek. And it was so amazing that she was like, no, like, you know, like I'm, if you're keen on surfing this wave, like, because I was like, there's nothing there for you. She was like, nah, I'll fucking sit on the beach, tan and watch. And I was like, it's music to my ears. But then I was also like, you can't drag your missus all the way to Desert Point and not be that guy, and just like having some fucking doubts. But it's actually, ever since that moment, I've just been reflecting. I was just like, no, this wave's on my fucking list. And if not now, when? But I'm thinking I might just sort of hold off on it and I might just do a strike mission to it. Like, this trip's enough. Go surf Padang. Like that's also, you know, that'll be like, if I go out Padang on a fucking 6 to 8 foot day, that'll be pushing my limits there. And that'll be really exciting. And like, you know, she can fucking tan and slam cocktails while I'm doing that and be sort of right in front watching the action. There'd be something in it for her as well. But I might hold off on Desert Point and just like do a strike mission, just have the notifications and the alerts all set up. So when it's got the right conditions, and then just like fly direct to Lombok and just sort of spend a week there when I know it's sort of going to be pumping. I would just love for my first surf at Desert Point. I don't mind going out Big Desert Point. I've been reflecting on this, like, this is something else that's been going through my head. East Coast has been getting a lot of swell lately. And I just remember growing up, there'd just be so many days, not so many days, but like when a big swell would come, I'd just sit there on the beach being like, fuck going out in that. I'm a little pussy. But I'm really proud to say it's fucking pretty rare that a swell rocks up on the east coast of Australia that I'm not willing to paddle out and give it a red hot go. And I was like, fuck, I have fucking changed and stepped it up. I'm definitely way more of a core lord than I used to be. Having said that, like, you know, like what we were just watching guys take off on at Chopes, like I'm not that guy. I have no interest in going to surf Chopu. But yeah, just sort of thinking about all that stuff. But I want to be, I don't know, just I'm thinking about Desert Point and that little bit of intimidation. It's like, no, I need to fucking conquer this wave. And like, yeah, it's a little bit scary, but I could train harder and I could do more swimming training and I could like, yeah, just create an environment where I'm a little bit more frothing to get there regardless of what it fucking looks like, rather than being like, oh yeah, I hope I can sort of find it on like a fucking 6 foot day or even like a 4 foot is like the minimum size where Desert Point sort of starts to do its thing. And like for any Americans or just casual surfers listening, I mean like a core lord's 4 foot. So that's like 1.5 times overhead. So not an actual 4 foot wave, like much bigger than that in literal terms, but that's just the surfing culture I grew up in. You have to pretend that any wave that's not double overhead is fucking 3 foot and under. Just like I said, it's how I was fucking raised. Dad wouldn't let me call anything 6 foot. I remember going out and shit. I was like, Dad, I think I might die in this. How big is this? And he was just like, I don't know, fucking 4 foot. And I was like, Dad, like this is like, I didn't know what gaslighting meant back then, but like that was probably some of my early exposure to gaslighting. I love my dad for that as well, because he knew I was fine. That was the cunt. Well, Dad would drop us at swimming some mornings, but he was like, nah, I know I'm paying for those swimming lessons. I've seen what you can do in the pool. He knew I was fucking fine. I was just a little pussy. Anyway, I don't really know where I'm going with that, but the point is I'm fired up to cross Desert Point off the list this year. Maybe not on this trip. I haven't written it off yet. But like I said, I just don't know if I want to fucking go. I think I want to
You
sort
need
of
to
go
do
there
surfing
solo. I
regardless,
don't know if
though,
Burns
right?
will be up the Desert Point trip. Oh, Matt, yeah, we're going to be fucking going off.
Absolutely.
Uluwatu, it's peak season for the whole Bukit Peninsula. Uluwatu,
Back to
Padang, Bingen, all the ways around there. It'll be sort of, fuck Bingen. So Bingen is actually, Bingen's gone.
What?
Yeah, like where we were hanging out at Bingen, that's all been destroyed.
Like all the restaurants
last
and stuff?
week.
Oh, what?
All those restaurants that we ate at, all the Airbnbs and hotels on that cliff are smashed to bits. Yeah. It's being developed into, I guess it'll be developed into a resort. There's a lot of different opinions about like what the sort of cause is. And yeah, like I don't really understand too much of what's going on there, but there's some like quite interesting things happening in Bali, broadly speaking. Like I said, I don't really understand it too much, but yeah. And that's why as well, like pretty keen on this trip because it is changing all the time. And every time you go there, it's like might be the last time that you sort of enjoy it that way. So I'm going to be really grateful to experience, like there's a lot of things happening around Uluwatu as well. And like, this is why I got to go cross Padang off because fuck knows what's going to happen around there over the next couple of years and things like that. So like I said, just grateful to experience any of those waves. And I hope it all works out, especially for the people who live there, because that's what's most important. But I don't know if what's happening there is very aligned with the interests of the locals or tourists. But like I said, it's a little bit complex, so I won't offer too much commentary on that. Desert Point will be on the table for a lot longer, assuming we don't completely fuck the ocean. Which I think we've got another at least 10 years before that gets too cooked.
We absolutely love doing this show. And one of the most exciting things for us is watching it grow because it means we can commit more time to it, as well as have access to better guests to bring you even more quality content. One of the most impactful ways you can help us grow the show is by shouting it out, screenshotting this episode, and sharing it on your stories to let people know that you're listening. Don't underestimate how influential you can be on helping us grow this show, and we appreciate it so much.
I did a YouTube video that I haven't sat down and edited, but it's probably going to be up tonight. So hopefully people have seen it. Go check out my YouTube channel. I think it's fucking great. Just search Angus Bradley. But Jacob, I just wanted to talk a little bit about cardio programming.
Yeah.
So why I did this video, someone in my YouTube comments asked, I talk a lot about minimum effective dose strength training and a bit of a weapon of a hybrid coach, if I'm honest. And he was like, what's the minimum effective dose of cardio? And can you just sort of, and how do you progress cardio workouts? And so, I mean, basically the running split that when I say hybrid goals, like classically when people come to me, they're typically looking to do things like 500-pound deadlift, sub 20-minute 5K, like sort of things in that ballpark, or like, really good 10K time and to be able to survive a half marathon, but like probably not getting that much of a good time for it, to be honest. But those sorts of goals, and pretty much the running split I gave to absolutely everyone trying to chase down a sub 20-minute 5K without tanking their lifts. I'll give them a longer run, which I would call it a recovery run, but it's not a recovery run. But I called it a recovery run to put them in the right mindset. So it'll either be time capped or distance capped, depending on their ability to train and what their time constraints are.
Yeah, it's a good thing to do.
And that'll sort of be, the goal is to try to get to the point where you can run majority of it in zone 2, but depending on where you're at with your running and your overall level of fitness, it'll sort of be a zone 2 to 3 job. And then there'll be a shorter, sort of like either 60 to 70% of the time cap or the distance cap, a faster paced run where I'll, zone 3, probably push it into zone 4 at various points, depending on what their pace management is like. And then later in the week, then there'll be an interval session. A classic one is like 5 1-kilometer efforts with a pretty cruisy work rest ratio, but like pushing up into top of zone 4, maybe even giving zone 5 a little bit of a kiss. Or the classic one is I'm like stay in zone 4 until the last one, and then you can go silly on the last one if you really want to prove something to yourself. And that's just worked wonders. And so as far as how I progress it, I mean, I just keep copy and pasting it in, because when exposed to a workout with similar constraints again and again and again, as long as you've got a sensible dose in there, the progression will emerge. Like the progression isn't me changing that workout. The progression is them increasing the mileage on their long run. And similarly, either getting better times with the distance cap or more mileage in the time cap on the more moderate, higher pace run, and just getting faster and faster times with those 1 kilometer intervals and things like that. Like I said, I've used that strategy to get plenty of sub 20-minute 5Ks without tanking my athletes' lifts. If you want more information and my opinions on that, go check out the YouTube video. But do you have any thoughts? What's your current running split? And why I think Jacob fucking is a good runner for a heavy man. Don't know many 90 kilo blokes that can pound the old shoelace express like he can. So what's your current running split? What are your thoughts on that broadly?
So recently I've tried to split up my easy runs across multiple days because I do think that what will tank your lifting is a lot of longer runs. Like a lot of longer runs that are not split accordingly. So I like to make up my weekly running volume across multiple days, whether it's just a little cheeky 3K, get the legs moving, little cheeky 5K at a really easy pace. So that's
almost like accumulating miles, like how a cow eats, just grazing throughout the week.
Absolutely. Graze on your miles, graze on your kilometers for sure. Just the same way with lifting, how you'd rather have more exposures to the weight rather than, one shot, one day, one sort of version of yourself, and you have whatever condition you're in, you have to perform. Whereas this way you can come up in any sort of physical condition, shit day, good day, you'll have better good days if you do more days. So that's my sort of approach that has been. So that's how I've been making it up. But because I'm trying to get faster, I'm doing some more fartlek-y runs to increase my volume. So in the rest period, you're still running, but going a bit faster. Yeah. And then I've actually been hammering a lot of 300s, 200s, some 400s with a really solid rest period as well, just to get my speed up because sort of been trying to get a bit faster on my runs. So I've been doing that, and I've been trying to negative split it as well, just because I feel like I get too excited at the start. So I've been trying to set more pace goals for myself there. But yeah, and I've actually thing that I've
splits are good for developing the dog inside you as well, I think, which is an underrated quality.
100%. So yeah, that's for the tanking of the lifting portion. I'd say that. Another thing as well for time poor people that I found really good to not tank your lifts is just you can put a bit more effort into your zone 2. Just kiss zone 3. I just think that especially if you're a beginner, it'll be fine. Like it'll do more good than harm. It's like
look at it as an easy run. I see so many people just splitting hairs over zones, and maybe we should move away from the zone system and start using our good old fashioned traffic light system. Yeah, it's 100%. So good.
It's just way better. It's less complicated because the thing is, it takes a lot into consideration of RPE, because your easy run may be, a really low heart rate because you're recovering well, or maybe higher because you're not, sort of thing. So it's all like, it'll all auto-regulate if you just think of the
and
traffic
there might
light.
be people listening to this being like, ooh, no, fucking, I'm a decent runner. Like, I can't use just easy, medium, hards. Like, you probably fucking can. And also, like, I see so many very average lifters, like cunts who haven't squatted double body weight, haven't deadlifted double body weight, haven't benched 1.5 times body weight, being like, oh, fuck, was it an RPE 6 or 7? I'm like, cunt, you can handle just using a traffic light system. Like, easy, medium, and hard, and just rating your lifts like that can take you like so much further than a lot of cunts think. So if you're one of those people listening, you haven't nailed those lifting milestones, as a male, it'd be slightly different for females, but not too far off. No, sorry. I will say that like you could get, depending on the size of them, you can get a lot of female lifters to double body weight squats, 1.5 times body weight benches, and double body weight deadlifts, or even higher than that. And that's like more advanced for a woman, just using a traffic light system.
100%. It's way better.
And I love RPE. If you can not flip out over the difference between a RPE 7.5 and an RPE 8, Absolutely. It's just a more practical version of it that doesn't overwhelm
It just
cunts
groups
who
it.
aren't used to embracing that level of, let's say, subjectivity in their tracking of their performance. Sorry, I was sort of talking over you for a bit there. Back to you,
That's fine.
Jacob.
I think as well, it just, as I said, it takes into account your recoveredness, your readiness. Because I recently did runs for 400 meters at around low 1 minutes, like 105, 110, and that was too much for me. Like I felt that for the next couple of days.
That's fucking moving.
Because I was attached to a number, and
if you're maintaining reps at 7 seconds over my 400 meter PB, have you knocked off a sub 60 400 yet?
No, I've never tried. It's more around the 110s. Anyway, I like, to me. So think of that. For me to get to that, I was at the red traffic light, which was not the goal. Like, I needed to be yellowish red. So I really needed 1 minute 30. Oh no, not 1 minute 30. That's way too high. 1 minute 20, 1 minute 15's a bit higher. So you got to come into the session with that traffic light in mind. Just like you go and pick weights, it's the same with running.
Yeah. You got to be honest about it. You can't be deciding your splits before you even warm up.
No, yeah, you got to get on there, feel the track, feel how the track feels like. Yeah, exactly. Good to have a goal, but you can wiggle across it a bit.
And then Harvey has already sort of spoiled his running tips, which is just run till you get knee pain.
You know, the high volume.
Which I would say, like, honestly, 90% of cunts do that. So, you know, Harvey, you'd be a good trainer.
Harvey's doing more conditioning than some strength coaches. So, a lot of strength coaches. So, you got to give it to Harvey getting out there. How many times you go in a week, Harvey? Running?
Like 2 or 3 these days.
And you're out in the ocean too?
I would say. Yeah, man. I'm emotioning. I actually kind of fell off the ocean bandwagon a bit because the weather down here was pretty crazy.
Oh, dude.
Are you down at Austin?
And then I went to get and I went to get in the ocean a few days ago after like the weather kind of cleared up, but the ocean was insane. Like, I couldn't see the fucking pool.
I mean, not too insane for me because I'm a fucking core lord, but yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sorry.
No, totally. I was like, I actually can't see any of the concrete walls of the pool. I'm gonna not get in there right now. But yeah, been jumped back on that ocean game today and yesterday. Man, it just fucking wakes you up.
It's
like,
good.
Really fucking.
It's the Ashton Hall routine for your whole body. That's it. Dump the whole thing in there. You know.
Yeah, and I bogey hold it today, which is
nice.
If you're a local, you'll get that.
It's the Wollongong deep cut. That's like the Taraji bump.
Oh,
yeah,
dude, I was in the bogey hole. I was in the bogey hole like last week, and this old guy was like cleaning the surf club or something as I was leaving, and he just like yelled at me. He was like, "Only fair dinkum blokes know about the bogey hole." Oh no, fair dinkum Aussie blokes know about the bogey hole. And
that is like, such a tip of the cap towards an immigrant as well.
Exactly. I was like, you have no idea where I'm from.
Real recognize real. That's it.
Oh man. Fuck, yeah. I've eaten so much raw fish this week. That might be another PB that I've hit. Yeah.
Tuna? Salmon?
Tuna, salmon. I mean, dude, honestly, you know what my favorite is? I'm a sucker for kingfish. Kingfish ceviche, kingfish nigiri, kingfish sashimi.
Oh,
kingfish sashimi in like a yuzu fucking marinade with some fucking other nonsense on it. Oh my God. And honestly, I might go back again tonight.
Where is this restaurant?
I've got all smashing Sakura up. I hit Sakura 2 times this week and fucking went pretty fucking hard on it. Yeah, Sakura is phenomenal.
Sakura bait. Have you ever done a curry
as well? No, Toro got catfished at Toro. Disappointing from a freshness of the fish perspective, and also, I mean, getting catfish is never a good time. Looking forward to not getting catfish for a while. That's fucking the most blessed thing about being in a relationship, huh? So,
Oh, I thought you meant the actual fish. No.
Akari.
I was just saying, Akari possibly tastes good. Sakura's class, but it's either Sakura or Akari for me. Akari's
I
fucking
think
great.
I've been to Akari. I like Moons. Drill a bit of Moons sushi. It's very, very
Moons is a good
fresh.
thing.
I only just realized they have multiple locations. I thought that was a little Wu Town secret, but turns out there's like fucking 3 of them in the Gong.
Any Ceros being smashed?
Yeah, there's at least 2.
What do you think?
Mate. Oh. Still can't
Yes,
get over
mate.
that pork and
At
fennel.
Ciro's, I had to slam a Ciro sesh just to break up all the fucking sushi. That was my palate cleanser.
Oh, what a palate cleanser.
Dude, I've been eating good this week. The only home cooked meal I did was fucking also buko, which is fucking off
Yeah, I did
chops.
see that on the story. That looked,
I got
that looked
leftovers
nice.
and I'm going to pump it right after this.
Hell yeah.
Hell fucking
Life's
yeah.
good, boys.
Hell
He's
fucking
doing good.
That's
I
it.
know Jacob's fucking fired up. I've been in his ear all week.
Yeah,
sorry,
I'm
just
fired
one more
up.
thing before we see how well Harvey's life is going. The team training, fucking hell. Again, we're fired up about a lot of things right now, but get into the fucking GPP team. Also, so just one thing I want to say, I know a lot of the GPP team, and we'll mention this in the group chat, and you're already doing this. Well, not all of you. Get around each other's PBs. G each other up about the PBs. There's already so much support in the community whenever someone hits a PB. And if you're not in the community and you want a sick fucking program to get bigger, stronger, faster, check out the GPP team training, get a week for free, get access to me for form checks and just general G'ing people up. There's a community of like-minded sick cunts all trying to get bigger, stronger, faster together. It's amazing. It's like $1 a day, even once the free trial's over. It's a phenomenal program. It's the best training team available, in my opinion. It's officially listed as a hot seller on the Train Heroic marketplace. Shout out to Train Heroic.
Sound like hotcakes.
Yeah, so that's the sort of relaunch of that. I mean, it's basically it was the 3-year anniversary of the GPP team training last month, and I can't tell you, it's like countless fucking PRs, countless PRs. But yeah, even more to come, and we're going to crank that up a notch because we've been pretty subtle about the promotion of it over the last year, but not so subtle anymore because your boy is sick of one-to-one coaching. So team training it is, and I'm just fucking G'd for just get a community of people just absolutely ripping in together on the same program. Individualization is a scam. Just fucking auto-regulate. But yeah,
That's
Harvey,
the
how you doing?
individualization.
I'm good, man. I like I said, went to that gig last night and saw loads of friends I haven't seen in a long time.
That's nice.
So that was class. And yeah, and then besides that, the gigs are kind of picking up again because July is always a bit July in the music industry is never fantastic. But yeah, things are picking up. And yeah, I'm playing in Camden tonight. I'm in Shoalhaven Heads tomorrow. And yeah, kind of back to that 2 or 3 a weekend, most weekends for the foreseeable, which is sick. Yeah, that actually, and Mercy's album comes out this month, which is sick. So we're going on tour next month, and yeah, man, it's good things are happening. You know, like I feel like a lot of people in my kind of circles have been in like that pre-album hibernation where it's like, okay, you've got something coming out, you can't do anything for ages, and then so now things are happening.
It erupts.
I'm just like,
The boys are back.
sick. Yeah, exactly. But no, it's just that thing. And actually, I was talking to a friend of mine about this last night. I was like, I get in such habits of like, I don't know. I get in such habits of, I think like, I don't know if isolating is the word, but I kind of, I don't really, and I think it's probably also just like a symptom of having more going on and everyone having more going on. But like, go through these habits of like not seeing a lot of my friends and then being a bit like, almost not seeing them because I don't see them and like second guessing whether I'm going to go to things or whatever because I don't know, because I just do. And then whenever I go, I'm inevitably like, oh yeah, I actually really like these people and I had a great time. But I'm going to push myself to do a lot more of that, I think, because like,
No, you forget.
yeah, I think everyone just gets
You forget.
their habits. Yeah. It's such a thing. But yeah, and even just that, I was talking to my friend about this last night and he was like, it was that way we like almost like finish each other's sentence with it because we was like, because he was basically like, he was like, he was like, I see you, once every however often. He was like, and we always have these sick chats, but he was like, but we never hang out outside of that. And he was like, and that's fully just because like I never ask people to hang out. He's like, I never just hit people up, and I'm like, what are you doing? And he was even like, I think it's a symptom of the group chat. He was like, I think these days so much stuff gets organized.
Just fucking making us all work ourselves into the ground so we can afford fucking groceries at fucking Woolies and Coles, and then fucking, fighting for survival. You get a breath and you just want to like chill out instead of hitting your boys up to go on a bend a bit. I mean,
That was pretty factual.
Like I'm absolutely fed up with these supermarkets. I mean, sorry, it's not just the supermarkets, but like, that is something I'm fucking. If I had access to self checkout in Thurul, I would be stealing so much from grocery stores, but I don't. So like, I want to encourage everyone listening to this to fucking steal more groceries, because if you're Australian, I can't comment on what's happening in other countries, but if you're a proud Australian and you're not fucking driving around in a Lambo, Woolies and Coles, they owe you something. So go take it.
And on that lovely note,
that's a good way to wrap this up.